buries the infant. However, Shaitan comes again and says, do you think the mother will keep silent? Do you think that the mother won't say anything? You've killed her child. Here what I'll suggest. Kill her off too. You kill her off. And then that way it safeguards yourself. And so Barsisa again, he says, you know what, that's true. I'll kill her off. So he buries both of them at the same place, in the room that she used to reside in. Now, the brothers finally returned, and they inquired to Barsisa, Barsisa, where's our sister? He says, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. She fell ill, she passed away, here's a grave. He showed them a fictitious grave. And they made dua, they said, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. They returned home. Now Barsisa, he feels that he's secure, he's safe. But one of the brothers during night time, who visits him during his dream? Is Shaitan. Shaitan asks him, do you believe Barsisa? Did you believe him? For he was lying. Your sister didn't fall ill and pass away. Rather, Barsisa impregnated her. She committed zina. And he killed off the infant, killed off the child. And I'll show you where the grave is. This is what will prove that I'm telling you the truth. Because the grave that you guys saw, she's not buried in it. She's buried in her room. So the brother, he woke up, goes to the other brothers and said, I saw a dream. And the brother said, we saw the same dream too. So if more than one person sees a dream, it must be true. So what they do is they go to the fictitious grave that Barsisa showed them, they dug up and they found it. Then they go to the grave that Shaitan directed them to, and they found their sister and an infant residing next to her. They got furious. They went to Barsisa, you liar! You did this? They dragged him to the king, and while they dragged him to the king, Shaitan visits Barsisa again. Shaitan visits him not in form of inspiration. He comes as a man. And he says, hello Barsisa, I am Shaitan. I'm the one who caused you all this mess. And I'm the one who can take you out of it. All you have to do, if you want to die, that's fine. But if you want to get out of this mess, I can help you. There's one thing that you need to do. Make sujood to me. Barsisa makes sujood to Shaitan. And Shaitan, what he says, remember the ayat I read in the beginning? He goes, I am free of you. I fear Allah, the Lord of the Alameen, mankind, jinn and all that exists. And he went away. Barsisa made sujood to Shaitan. That was the last thing that he did. Because shortly after, he was executed. This Abid, this worshipper, famous worshipper. You know, if you compare ourselves to him, and imagine an escalator of Iman, he must have been one of the greatest, while we're only at the bottom. But see, this man, despite being at the top, he resorted down and made sujood to Shaitan. Now, the thing is, the initial diversion that Barsisa made is very, very, very little. Made a very small diversion. You know, it wasn't something that was significant. Yet, look at the final destination. Look at the end result of his actions. See, what policy did Shaitan use? He used the step-by-step policy. See, what we've got to do as Muslims is have fear. Never be overconfident with ourselves. You know, sometimes we say, you know, because of the knowledge that we know, the Quran that we know, the ibadah that we do, that I'm safe. You know, that's what we say. But the truth of the matter is that the scholars, they have the utmost fear. And it's because of this knowledge that they have fear. So if you fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you have a characteristic of a scholar. You have a characteristic of a scholar. However, if you have no fear, then it's just memorization. It's just memorization of mere words. that has no effect on actual life. Going back to the point, what policy Shaitan used, there is step-by-step policy. No doubt that Shaitan, he will do waswasa, he will try to inspire us to do some haram, to divert us. Studying at university, no doubt he will try to affect every single student that studies here. He's got years of experience, millions of years, since the start of time till Qiyamah. So the question becomes, how do we safeguard ourselves? What do we do? We can now, knowing the story, see what we've got to do is we've got to know our history, and so that we can learn from it, learn from the mistakes that they did, so that we don't have to do it. See, the society doesn't do that. The society, we're again in an economic crisis. We were in an economic crisis in the 80s. Society hasn't learned. But the point for history is we learn from it. So what we should do is learn from the story of Al-Sisa. Learn that these small steps can result to something huge. It can develop to something huge. I'll give you a personal example. While I'm at college, I saw girls. They would say hello. They would give a little wave, and that's how they would greet you. But then a little bit later, they may tap on the shoulder of you. A little bit later, they may put their hand around you. A little bit later, they may give you a hug. Can you see? It develops. And the thing is, it doesn't happen straight away. See, there's no fixed time scale that I know of. But we know that for someone to give birth, it takes 9 months. So for Shaitan to make Barsisa make sujood to Shaitan, it took him a very long time. And Shaitan, he can wait. He doesn't mind working at you little by little, little by little. So what we got to do is, again, it begs the question, how do we safeguard ourselves? Some of the haram that Barsisa had committed in the story, what did he do? He committed zina. What else did he do? He was alone with a woman. What else did he do? He murdered a woman. What else did he do? He lied. What else did he do? He committed shirk. He made sujood to Shaitan. So many harams that this story highlights. Just from initial points, just from initial actions that they seem very big. In fact, it looked as though they were good. Similarly, in this society, when we have this celebrity culture that we live in, where we idolize celebrities, where in society, this mixing of sexes is a norm. It's something that's normal. You take an assignment with a girl, and because everyone else is doing it, you think it's fine. As long as I've got that awareness that I don't do anything dodgy, it should be fine. But the truth of the matter is, living in this society, it endangers us. We're in danger of being diverted by the Shaitan. Shaitan's work has become so much easier because we're living in this society. And in any society at this moment of time, Shaitan's work has become easier. So what do we do? The truth of the matter is, the way that we resolve the situation, the way that we protect ourselves, is have society push Islam on a societal level, where the Islamic monotheism and the oneness of Allah, that the Islamic teachers, the Islamic principles that are taught, they're taught on a societal level. So everyone is aware of it. At the moment, we're just being taught in our houses. We're being taught the secular form of Islam. That worship, do ibadah, that's it. Keep Islam at home. Islam has no duty in a society. But what we got to endeavor is try to establish where there's a society that establishes Islam on a societal level, and that's what we've got to do, because that's what's going to save us. See, imagine, let me picture and draw a picture for you guys and sisters, that a society that every woman, every single woman covers their aura, regardless of their personal opinion, they cover their aura. That on a societal level, you don't have billboards showing flesh on women. You don't have men trying to pick up girls. You don't have that in this society, because in this society, Islam is pushed on a societal level, and inshallah, that's what we've got to gain. That's what we've got to hope for and work for, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما صليت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما باركت على ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وقنا الصلاة.